Hey guys, welcome to another Present for You War Thunder run. Today we're going to run the Panzer IV G. We're going to come out of, we're in the Rhine city map. We're going to come from the top right spawn. We're going to come down through the middle and sit in our little happy spot. And our whole mission in our game here is to not infiltrate through and start hitting the enemy coming back to reinforce their positions into the map, but not actually sitting in their spawn. We'll sit near-ish to their spawn, but we won't spawn camp them. We'll be looking to attack them from their line of advance from deep in their territory. Hopefully, I'm just going to drop some arty down the most likely route to A, because everyone always rushes A at both sides. So we have too many coming out of our spawn this time, which is a bit unfortunate. It'd be good to have a few more friends into B and A, or they've grabbed C already, which is pretty normal for this map. Probably should have dropped my arty there, but I wanted to provide our bulk of our army some help with artillery. Meanwhile, we're going to try and infiltrate through the centre of the map, and if we can, we'll try and get a 9 or a 10 kill run here, so we can prove that it can be done in the Panzer IV G. Probably not as far along as I really wanted to be. I should have gone. I normally take a slightly different route, but we're dominating A at the moment, so going this way is not a big drama. I'm not really at risk of being shot down the road. Normally I come through the buildings on the right here. It's a bit of a safer way, it's a bit slower. More with the Marder because it doesn't have a turret that can move. So we got some, we might have some targets of opportunity down here, do we? Can't see through the fence properly, so no. So now there's been a bit of fighting. What should be happening is their guys should start coming back out of their spawns, which means as long as we haven't dawdled too much, we can jump down into here and plonk ourselves next to yonder building and wait. Quick trick: if you don't want to turn your turret, just use your C key, so you move your camera. Kind of hoping. Drop some artillery down over here where there seems to be some action in that corner. Issue we've got is they're on the back of A still, so they're not coming this direction yet. Kind of need a few more of them to die first. Chase people. It looks like they're contesting A lot as the main thrust, which is a little bit disappointing. Someone would make a run for B by now, but no. They're making an end run for B. That's a problem for us, for where we're sitting. Normally in here you got a pretty good shooting gallery. It's gonna be one of them days I'm running videos, so we're not going to get any through traffic now. Oh, I thought that was a plane. I thought it was a tank coming. Beauty of this spot, you got some pretty good view as well if you spin your camera around, if anyone trying to sneak up on you. Generally not close enough to their spawn to get bombed by their planes or easily seen. I may have to swing around though, because the battle is not going where we want it to go. Let's throw some arty down on to the A spot. reluctant to move because as soon as I do we'll get through traffic, but I think they forced our hand and we have to start going into the back end of A here to help our buddies. Shoot people from behind, which makes us vulnerable. Oh no, that was a bit sad. Sad shot that was. Not much that he can do about it though, he's only an AA car. We're susceptible to getting shot in the back ourselves if we're coming in behind the enemy. It's okay because we're going to finish old mate here. He's gone. What else? Who else have we got floating around up here annoying our guys? No, we're capturing A, so that means we're the only ones on it. Try and stop them. Let's look at this. Here we go. We've got a little Stewie thinks he's going to sneak around behind us here. He's going to be very surprised when he gets shot. Oops, he's going to turn a bit because he's going to turn his turret and probably fire before we can reload. No, he can't. He's down. Best laid plans and all. Now we're having to move to places where we don't want to go, but we're getting some kills, so that's good. So I want to try and reset myself now that we've got A. Back over into our firing position, if I can make it without getting spotted or killed. It's a bit risky running across here. So now with luck, we sit back here. Somebody blown up our building, or no, it's not far enough, so I want to go one over further. We're just going to plonk ourselves here now. Further across than I normally go, but we're in a nice spot again. We should get some traffic now that we've killed everybody on A. So one of the advantages of getting in behind the enemy lines is you can swing back around and get them from behind, which is generally the best place to surprise people. And again, since we're not getting through traffic, we're going to take a bit of a risky manoeuvre here. We're going to go across the line of advance from their spawn, which is not normally a great idea because anyone pops out, you're going to get side-shotted. But since nobody seems to be on C, we will go and flip C. We won't try and capture it, but we will do a drive-by flip. Again, with any luck, we don't get seen while we're doing it. So what we do is we flip in here, we do a little bit of a drive-by. Okay, it's capturing, and then we go straight out again. Because we don't want to sit here and wait for something to shoot us. What we want to do is for their guys to want to come back and recast. So there you go, there's a guy seeing me before I see him. Where's he at? Oops, we're going to have to F up here. And we're going to have to put some artillery down. That's a bit of a problem for us because now they're going to want to come to C. And we're sort of stuck, which is not what we want. This is why it's dangerous to go and do that. Right, okay, now we're going to back out of this because we don't know. Oh, there he is. He's coming forward. He thinks I'm still here. Come on, little... Yep, got ya, right at the top. So you can do that with some of the British tanks in particular who've got not much in the way of armour on top, like the Crusader I just did there. I could have binocular killed that, but I knew just from experience that just a little bit above his head at that distance, then the ballistic drop-off's going to drop nicely over that hill and hit his roof, and if you get anything other than a deflection, and he's pretty much dead, because if it blows down, it'll kill the crew. So one benefit of that is that if we now displace back to our original place where we want it to be, we should be really not, they won't be expecting that, hopefully now. Oh, someone died trying to come to me. That's 1 kill less that I get to have. He was clearly coming back over to C. So our guys are cap C2, which is kind of cool. That means they're going to come for it. They're probably going to come through this middle section. And hopefully we will actually get some kills in my favourite kill spot. This video is sort of trying to do its best to prove me a liar about how cool this spot is to shoot the advancing troops. But sometimes the battles don't work out that way. Normally, probably 8 times out of 10, most of the replenishing troops will be coming back up towards the road because there'll be C and C and B contests happening. Our guys, they're trying to put pressure on this spawn now though, and they're back into A, and our guys are attacking them on A. I'll drop some arty there for help. Is there a tank over there? Well, that might be a tank over there up the road. Is that a live one or a dead one? No, that's the question. Can't really tell from here, so we'll wander on up a bit. Oh no, he's unfortunately all blown up, and it's one of our guys actually, so too close to the spawn. This is one of the problems if you get too close to the spawns, is you're going to get bombed, and also with the invulnerability of the tanks when you spawn, you're just likely to get killed eventually. You'll garnish a few easy kills and then you'll get popped. If you're ever respawning and you're being camped in, just be patient, don't move, don't shoot until you've got a target to line up, then move and shoot. And generally speaking, the first round they put into you, you'll probably still be invulnerable. I'm not sure when the invulnerability timer drops. I think it's when you start moving or when you start shooting. So pivoting doesn't always seem to turn the timer off, so I think it's, there we go, 4 kills. That'll have to do.